Nine Lives was a notorious, highly elusive gray tabby feral cat. Nine Lives was a notorious, highly elusive gray tabby feral cat in New Zealand. It evaded conservation trappers for 3 years while killing dozens of endangered brown-tailed ducks and native wildlife before finally being caught and humanely destroyed on July 30th, 2026. Trappers used specialized bait, including salmon, fried chicken, and rabbit meat. After noticing a rare pattern on July 30th, 2026, its remains are bound for a taxidermist to be preserved for public education regarding the ecological threats invasive predators pose to New Zealand's endemic species. Conservation workers say that they humanely destroyed 9 lives to protect New Zealand's highly endangered native wildlife from immediate extinction. Feral cats are classified as an invasive apex predator in New Zealand and pose a catastrophic threat to endemic species. The single cat is claimed to have killed at least 30 endangered brown-tailed ducks, nearly wiping out the local population, along with native kiwi chicks and geckos. Conservationists claim that true feral cats are completely unsocialized to humans, highly aggressive, deeply stressed in captivity, and entirely unadoptable as pets. New Zealand operates under a strict predator-free 2050 legal framework aimed at completely eradicating invasive predators, rats, stoats, and feral cats to save vulnerable native ecosystems. Zoos focus their limited space and resources on breeding endangered species. Thousands of feral cats are caught monthly. No network of sanctuaries has the billions of dollars required to build secure, large-scale enclosures for all of them, and it's not a priority. The phrase humanely destroy is a specific legal, scientific, and veterinary term used instead of killing to indicate that strict welfare standards were met. The animal's life was ended before its time. However, the phrasing serves a distinct purpose in professional conservation and veterinary medicine, meaning that it was put to death in a method that causes instant unconsciousness followed by rapid death. They aim to ensure zero pain, panic, or suffering. Of course, there's no emotional bias for destroy as there is for words like kill or murder. Can we classify something as destroyed if its body can still be put on display? Or would killed still be a more appropriate term? Major animal rights organizations actively fight against these calls, and in fact, New Zealand is often considered the global ground zero for this specific conflict. Animal rights activists and conservationists often clash over feral cats, and it is one of the most intense debates in environmental ethics. Save Animals from Exploitation is a major New Zealand animal rights group that strongly opposes lethal culling, arguing that the government relies too heavily on killing rather than finding non-lethal, innovative management solutions. SPCA New Zealand, while they understand the need to protect native wildlife, they heavily advocate for non-lethal management where possible and strictly oppose methods that cause prolonged suffering, like certain traps or poisons. International groups like PETA and Alley Cat Allies frequently condemn New Zealand's practices, calling the mass eradication of predators unethical and cruel. What do you think? Obviously, there is a stark difference in dealing with poachers and historically humans who may have legally hunted an animal to extinction. What do you think about the methods to attempt to protect endangered species, especially considering that it is human actions that introduce invasive species, predators, and poachers that lead more docile species to the brink of extinction? Activists look at the individual animal's rights. A feral cat is sentient and has a right to live. They argue that it did not choose to be born an invasive predator, and so it is deeply unfair to punish or kill it simply for following its natural instincts. Meanwhile, the conservative conservationist view is that looking at the entire ecosystem, allowing one introduced predator to live results in the horrific deaths of hundreds of defenseless, endangered native animals. To them, doing nothing means choosing to let an entire species go extinct. However, tensions frequently boil over. For example, community fundraisers sparked international outrage when they created categories for children to hunt and kill feral cats. The animal rights group successfully campaigned to have the under 14 category canceled due to cruelty concerns. What do you think? Message below.